What's up, everybody? I'm Blake. I just woke up, and you're watching the Aqua. We're going to Off the Deep End Aquatics. We're going to pick up some catfish from my buddy Seth. Just a quick little update for you guys. Axolotl eggs. Let's talk about those. So if you remember in the last video, these two laid eggs. They all became wigglers. They hatched. But we listened to a Facebook group. And as you probably guessed, we lost all the babies due to a crucial mistake. We were told to use RO water. I should have known better. I know. RO water has no nutrients in it. No vitamins, no minerals. They need that stuff. But we got a second round of eggs from a different female because we didn't want to overbreed the golden GFP axolotl. So I don't even know how many eggs we got here. We're going to start again. Now we're using spring water. Genius. Who would have thought? Look at that stud. But that's not what today's video is about. We're actually going to go off the deep end. Yep. We're going to Off the Deep End Aquatics. We're going to pick up some catfish from my buddy Seth. Getting a red-tailed tiger shovel-nose hybrid. And also an iridescent shark. You excited, Seth?
Very excited.
Sweet deal. Guys, this place is wild, dude. Look at that. Absolutely wild. Look at this. Stingrays everywhere. This guy. He just wants to eat me. He ain't about it.
There you go.
So it's that cat over there, right? In the back?
Yeah. Yep. The really fat one.
Yeah, super fat.
The problem is it eats wafers. And it eats pellets,
Really?
wafers, and I have to feed the turtle.
That's wild.
The iridescent sharks do too, but it's not the same.
Right.
I'll
That's
just
crazy.
suck them up like a vacuum.
Talk to me for a little bit, like, I don't know what's
Hi.
wrong with you.
Hi.
It could be worse.
Right. I'm like, at least you can come over and, like, I can charge you to feed them.
There you go. It's ridiculous. See how fat that deposit is on its back?
Yeah.
That's out of control. So.
Yeah, that's heinous.
Because I only feed them like tilapia and stuff like that, like meaty foods every 3 days.
Right.
But he's fat like that because he eats everything I throw in there.
He just goes right for it.
Yeah.
So you're going to start breeding rays at some point?
Yeah, once they
trying.
get big enough. Yeah, once they're mature.
How big do they have to be for that?
It's not really a size thing. It's more of just a maturity thing.
Maturity thing?
Yeah. So usually, like pearls, they say after a couple years.
Right. I've always wondered that even with, like, fish.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
People always say it's like a size that they get to when they start breeding, but is it? Because, like,
Necessarily.
I've had fish that, you know, they're all the same age, they came from the same clutch, but they're substantially different sizes.
Right. Definitely.
This guy, man. That's what you need to get, Seth. Giant Grommy, bro.
I have been debating on rehoming him too, but everyone tells me not to do
I
it.
don't think you should, man.
Yeah, everybody tells me not to do it, so I'm like,
They're like perfect. They're perfectly ugly, and nobody like. A lot of people get them, but the problem is not a lot of people grow them out to their full size. You know what I mean?
yeah. They get so aggressive.
Right. Oh, he's pretty big too. Definitely don't. I've heard other people talk about how, like, you don't really get the size of things through the videos, but you really don't.
Really?
You really
Cool, thank
you
you.
can't tell how big this is in the videos. This is way bigger
Appreciate
than what
that.
you would think.
A lot of people have said that.
Yeah. It's substantially bigger.
It's definitely taller than everybody expects.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's going to be like...
Yeah, I was always thinking it was going to be about like this high, like 3-4. Also didn't think it was going to be as big wide. I mean, I watched your build on it, so I knew how big it was, but it doesn't look like that.
Yeah, the videos don't do this.
No, they definitely don't do it justice. What do you use to heat this?
So I actually didn't know what I was going to do, and it ended up the pump heats the tank.
Really?
And it'll actually overheat the tank, which is a problem. So to keep it steady, I drip cold water into it constantly.
Right.
But in the summer, I'm going to run into a problem. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to do big water changes on it
Yeah. Lots.
to keep up with it. But yeah, the pump's just so strong. What's that? Yeah, it's made for ponds and pools, yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Just pulling like a little float off of it. Yep.
So are you one of those guys that likes the bent look on the shovel nose? Do you enjoy that? Because I know some people like it. Like,
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
It doesn't bother me.
Because I know there's some people out there that, like, you know, they aren't looking for that to happen to their fish, but if they go out and buy one and see one with the bent nose, they prefer that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew that hybrid out, which started getting the bent nose. At the same time, I grew the Achara hybrid out,
Right.
and neither of them. One of them got it, the other one didn't. So, and then you got the other hybrid that never got it either. So it's got to be a genetics thing. People say like it's diet, or they smash their nose or something.
Right, like from being spooked.
I don't think so. I think it's
No.
just a genetics thing. But when it was really tiny, it didn't show any signs of it. And just as it grew, it
It
slowly
just started
slowly-
happening.
It's not the worst I've ever seen, though. I've seen
Right.
way
Oh,
worse.
yeah, no, I've seen some that look just complete hook.
Yeah. But I grew this other one out, the one that you guys are taking, and no bent nose at all on
No.
that one. And the same thing with the Achara hybrid. So,
Yeah,
although
no.
I've never seen an Achara hybrid with it, which would lead me to think genetics also.
Right. Yeah, because I've heard stories about people that, like, you know, they have fish, they have babies, and they've never been spooked. You know, they're talking about the hybrids, and they have them.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you have the argument that, you know, probably got spooked when you weren't looking or whatever.
I
But
guess.
I'm going with genetics. And plus, they were hard to get for a while, so who knows how much inbreeding happened
Yes.
and different things like that.
They come out of farms.
Right. That fly river turtle, man. That's like my dream pet.
What's that?
Do you ever go in?
Yeah, I've been in this one a couple times. I have to go in again because I got to get some of those small rocks out. I might do that this week.
I'm like a psycho. I like to go.
I wanted to do it while I had the ray out, but I couldn't waste any time. I had to move it back, so I was like, oh well, I'll have to go in with it. Because it was the glass I could get.
So that you wanted to do this shallow?
I wanted to do, something raised up with a stand and a really shallow thing with all the rays. So you
Right.
can see over them, and then have a small viewing window or multiples, but I changed my mind when the glass came up. I kept finding good pieces of glass. I'm like, nah, I just got to do a huge tank.
Right, yeah. And plus, then you can have more than rays.
Yeah, it really did open up other opportunities for other fish. So
But the rays are cool. Rays deserve a tank of their own.
yeah, I think I would have rathered them over here because you could see them better. But again,
Right.
it seemed like the right thing to do was not move all the cats over to there.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried about the windows, especially with the iridescent sharks, the tank busters.
Yeah.
I was like, they just got 16 feet to kind of like get a running start and smack a window.
Right.
Less likely over here. And the safety factor on this glass is a lot higher. Like I have a lot more wiggle room with this because it's a lot shallower of a tank. It's
Yep.
not quite as tall.
Yeah, and they don't have quite as much. They have more than enough space, too, but they have not as much space to get the speed up and everything.
Right. Some people said that they should be in this tank anyway because it's wider. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, I think the rays should be in this tank because
Right,
it's wider.
wider.
But
I mean, either way.
either way, I'm thinning it
Like,
out. So
yeah. And plus, not too. You know, there's plenty of people out there that, you know, go out and get your iridescent shark and go home and throw it in a 30-gallon tank and don't even
yeah.
know, so.
I've taken in and rehomed at least 6 of them just in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, now I got shit in the way.
I have this
So you
issue of
eventually
just buying any tank I can get a hold of,
Yeah.
whether it's 20 gallons or 600 gallons.
Have on, like,
Yeah, what? You have like 30 tanks in the basement right now,
There's
right?
My basement's just full of tanks, just random setups, like fish store setups.
That's
like
cool though if you can get your hands on them.
Trailer loads full of tanks we take home from like random states.
Honestly, one of the coolest filters. Love the K3. Makes it interesting to watch. Alright, let's catch these fish.
My big fish. What do you think?
Oh, they drop it there, yeah.
The idea of picking it up is the bottom going to hold it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, let's put the iridescent shark in a different tub.
Alright, the first fish wasn't as bad as we thought. It was pretty easy. Time for the second one, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like to be inside of this aquarium.
No measuring.
Big shout out to Michael with Off the Deep End Aquatics. We're going to get these fish up to Seth's house. I'm going to leave a link in the description to Off the Deep End Aquatics channel. Please go check that out, and I'll see you in a few seconds.
I did say it wrong.
Dope. Your hand right in his mouth.
In his mouth?
Yeah.
I think they'll bite.
I don't know. We'll find out.
No, I had my channel shot bite me one time.
Did it suck?
Yeah, it hurt like a motherfucker for like a week.
Great success.
Crazy, it feels so much different than a red tail. Oh yeah, Michael. We talked about it on the way back. You decided to put the lungfish in the pool as well.
This is Seth's golden arowana. And if this video gets 100 likes, we'll do a tour of his entire house. Plenty of tanks and fish here.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free. And until next time, peace.